Hey guys, I'm just waiting for this to kick in and then we'll get started. I'm going to be talking about trending audio and how to leverage it to grow your own accounts. I'm going to give you some tips with that. Just give me a moment. I'm just going to make sure that we're live on the channels that I need to be live on and share it. And of course, I'm just going to check there. This is a really good topic, and this is one that you should be utilizing as part of your strategy with your social media. Now, you may have noticed here on my Facebook page, I am ramping this up a little bit because I'm recording for my YouTube channel, which is going crazy. I'm so excited. I've just monetized it, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to share this, and then we'll get started. Of course, if you haven't subscribed on YouTube already, make sure you do. Head over to that. Of course, social media help, or you can search for Melissa Mitchell on there. If you haven't followed my page or whatever platform that you're watching this on, make sure you do. I would be very grateful to you. So I'm just going to get this on. There's a couple of rules with using trending audio that you need to be really, really careful of. And I will explain all. So just while I'm sharing this, if you are watching the replay, drop replay below. And if you're watching this live, let me know you're watching live so I can say hello to you. There we go. If you've got any questions, now I am streaming this through Zoom, so I actually can't see your questions at the moment, but if you do have questions, let me know, comment, and I'll go back on afterwards. So, okay, trending audio. So how do you leverage this? So this is something that, it is a little bit hit and miss with trending audios or trending trends. And what I mean by that is there's obviously trends that go out there that doesn't necessarily have an particular audio that go to it, and TikTok's probably really big on this. Make sure you say hi, guys. I can see a few people jumping on there. I can't see who you are, but just, yeah, make sure you say hello below. So to start with, you've got trends on each different platform, and I would say the main ones are TikTok and then Instagram. Facebook is really catching up. There's not a huge amount going on that's being born on Facebook Reels at the moment. Usually I shouldn't say usually, always trends are within Reels, so video content. So if you're not making video content, you need to be, and you need to putting it across different platforms. So generally TikTok sort of comes out first, and about 2 weeks later, Instagram usually picks it up. So if you're going to base your content on trending audio, songs, or just trends in general, like there's been different effects that you can use and filters, and there's been trends with that as well. Then even if you're not on TikTok, make sure you check out TikTok trends. You can actually just Google trending on TikTok, 2022, September, or whatever it is. Or you can go to Trend Talk, which is an app. I've got that app. You need to purchase it. It looks like this. Excuse me for a moment. See that one with the number 1 on it and the red? Trend Talk. So just in the middle there, the black one with the arrow going up, that's Trend Talk. And that's really good because that will tell you, I think it cost me about $17 or something. It's not a lot. It'll actually tell you trending audio and sounds within your region. So there's global, USA, predicted to rise global, predicted to rise your country. So there's ones that have already risen, and then it will also tell you what's predicted. UK, trends that are falling, so maybe you've missed the moment with it. Predicted to rise in Australia, so I'm in Australia, so generally I look at this one, and let's have a look. Beach wave sound, so, I don't know, what's this one? I'm reluctant to play this because I will be putting this video up onto YouTube, and YouTube, there's a lot of copyright issues if I play songs, so I won't actually play it. But here's all your trending sounds and audios. And then if you actually click on it, it will actually tell you who's using it, in which country. You've got Australia down the bottom there. Sorry about I'm sitting in front of my window, so it's a bit reflective. It will also tell you the hashtags as well. So if I go onto the hashtags there, all the hashtags that are being used with this trending audio, the ones that are trending are, it looks like a lot of money manifestation. Oops, that's my alarm. Money manifestation, that sort of thing. So obviously that's sort of the trend, the people that are using that. If the Corn song is rising, I did this on Facebook. There's a song called It's Corn, and I was like, how can I use this? And then I saw on the RSPCA New South Wales page, they'd used it, and I'm like, sweet, that's how I'm going to use it in my version of this. So basically, there's a song called "It's Corn," and it's a video of a little boy in America. He's so cute, and they're like, "What's your favorite thing?" And he says, "Corn." And then they're like, "What's so good about it?" And he says, "Well, it's got it's a large lump with knobs, and it's got juice." And then he goes on to say, "I can't imagine a more beautiful thing." So someone made a song about that. But you're like, well, how does that, work into my niche? So I saw this on the RSPCA page. They started following me on TikTok, and I'm so excited that they did, because they're not following they're only following like 70 people or something, and they've got like 40 or 50,000 followers. And they followed me in my social media account on TikTok, which is, I can't remember what my TikTok account is. Social media help. Let me just have a look here. Social _ media _ made _ easy. So social media made easy. And what they did is they had a transition of this video, and the inspector on for the RSPCA. So if you're watching this in another country, so that's the Animal Prevention, Royal Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. So you would have something similar in your country. So they had an inspector sort of saying, oh, what I think when, someone tells me, and it was something that he didn't agree with. So he's basically saying, oh, my mind's wandering, and I'm singing the Corn song. So I used it sort of saying, when, I'm not in the flow and I'm not working, and, when I'm procrastinating, what goes through my head. So that's sort of how you can kind of make it your own. Now, the thing is with trends, just because it's trending on TikTok doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get picked up on Instagram. But generally, if it's going to, it will be 2 weeks later. Facebook, I don't think, it's all repurposed content at the moment. Particularly here in Australia, I'm not sure overseas, I'm seeing a lot of repurposed content. And so what I mean by that is no one's really making the video just in Facebook itself. And whether that's because it's new, or I don't think the features are overly great. It just doesn't seem to be. But I would definitely look at TikTok, even if you're not on it, and follow the trends on there. Just Google TikTok trends or get the Trend Talk app. So you also do need to be careful as well, because sometimes a trend will come out with a particular song, and that song may be copyrighted on another platform. I know on YouTube, I'm streaming this to Facebook, but this will go on YouTube. It's quite hard with the copyright, so I generally don't use music on there. But Facebook you can. At this stage, that will probably change as well. So, they'll figure out a way to, I don't know, they'll catch up with it. But I would definitely look at your trends, but also don't rely on them. Trending content, virality, viral content is really, really hard to pick. It's really difficult to pick, and what you think might do really well just doesn't do anything, and you just can't pick. So it's one of those things that I think my dog's scratching at he's always scratching at the door when I want to jump on in here and do this. So annoying. He needs a stick or something so he can open the door with his little chihuahua hands. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, he's scratching the door. Okay, so it is very, very hard to pick viral content, and what you think is, oh my god, this is gonna go crazy, and it's like you get 3 views and you're like, one of them's your mum watching it, and you're like, well, that didn't go as planned, But you still have to try, and it's really hit and miss. Viral content is really like a unicorn. No one really knows the sweet spot for it. Trending, yes, but, sometimes creating your own trend can go viral, and it's just one of those things. So you've just got to try it. Don't do all of your content just hoping that, I'll just jump on this trend and do it. Make things your own, because when you make things your own, people then start to, resonate with it and want to be involved in it. I did have something go, I don't know if it's viral. I got to about 500,000 views on TikTok, but I've actually hidden it from my TikTok account because it was just like, I look horrible in it. And it was literally, I had wet hair. And there was a trend going around on TikTok, and one night I was bored. This is ages ago. You won't see this on my account now. I hid it because I was like, oh, I look terrible. And the effect on TikTok was, it said, what animal are you? And then it rolls through and it picks an animal. And I think I was saying, like, don't be a pig. Don't be a pig, meaning like I didn't want to get the pig. And then I got a pug and I was like, cool, I'll take that. And it just went nuts. And everyone was copying it and using my voice. And it was really crazy. But yeah, I ended up removing it because I was like, oh my God, everyone is seeing this. And I look absolutely horrendous in it. I look horrendous. Even someone said to me, they're like, Melissa, is that you? And I'm like, yeah, that's got to go. That's got to go. It was just like I was on the couch one night, bored, and I just did it. But something as simple as that, I never would have thought, you know, would have reached so much. My account grew by thousands. Like, it was crazy. Now, the other thing is with viral content like that, and another reason why I removed it is because I was getting the wrong audience. It was like a lot of kids or, you know, mums at home, and my audience is small business or people that perhaps are in marketing or using social media at their work. So I did remove it because that's not going to help my account if it's the wrong audience. So you don't want followers just for the sake of it. So that's something to consider. Now, the other thing to consider, sometimes when you do have an out of the blue viral piece of content, sorry, I just keep hearing my dog there. What can happen as well is the algorithm then says, not always, but the algorithm then says, next time you post up a piece of content, how come it's not as good? And you're like, well, I'm trying my hardest, but that's the reality of it. Sometimes if you have a really good reel, say on Instagram or TikTok, and you know, I might get to, 3,000-4,000 views, and then the next one's 118. And it's like, it's coming off the back of another one, and it says, okay, I know you can do better. So it's really difficult to predict. And that's what I said, being viral, virality online is really about, it's like a unicorn. It's mythical. You've just got to try it and make it your own. So just to leave you with another little tip, I'm going out today to meet a client. We're going to do some filming just on my phone. No big cameras or anything like that. You don't need most amazing cameras. And at the moment, obviously, Top Gun's out. And there's a bit of a trend on TikTok where people, and I actually saw this on that page I was talking about for the RSPCA, where it's like they're taking a clip of them putting something in their pocket, and then they're sort of, turning to the camera like this, driving off. So little clips that I'll do, 5-second clips, and I'll put it together to the Top Gun music. So music, when a movie comes out, that's a really good way to use it as well. And it doesn't even have to have anything to do with Top Gun or anything to do with that song. Recently too, because of Stranger Things, the Netflix phenomenon series, which is just taken off. The same thing happened with Squid Games as well, the songs from it. Peaky Blinders, it's happening as well. Songs are coming back, and particularly on Netflix, what did I just say? What was that? Stranger Things. Kate Bush, they featured a song from Kate Bush, and it was Running Up the Hill, made a deal with God. So, that's, I'm not going to sing it, but running up that hill, made a deal with God. I can't sing Kate Bush. I can't sing anything, but let alone Kate Bush. That went to number one. Now, it first was released, I think, in the 80s. So it's been a long time since that was released, and it never got to number one. But it got to number one because of that show. That's the age that we live in, and that's what you need to think about now. Whether we like it or not, everything is online, and you've got to utilize that presence. And sorry guys, I've got an alarm there. It just reminded me that I've got a client coming up, but I haven't turned. I'll go back in afterwards and turn my alarm off there. So make sure you see what like pop culture is, what's out there. Like I said, Squid Games was huge, and the songs from that. Nick Cave has sort of had a bit of a resurgence from, is it Peaky Blinders, his music, or Stranger Things? I can't remember, but one of those shows, his music has been featured. So honestly, get on board with it. Have some fun with it as well. You don't need to dance. I cannot dance. I cannot sing, so I don't do it. I've just got comfortable with lip syncing, although I'm not very good at it, but I do it, and just make it your own. If you don't want to lip sync, then don't. If you don't want to dance, don't. Just try and jump on the trends. And usually song choices or audios, Facebook, you'll probably notice it's the data's not, well, here in Australia at least, it's not really accurate. Well, could be accurate. It's just very, very low at the moment. But if you look at the Instagram like a song on Instagram, how many times it's been used, or on TikTok, you can actually tell. Like if it says, 1 billion, well, yeah, I'm not saying not to use it, but the chances of that going viral are very slim. You're competing with 1 billion other posts. But if you get on a trend early, and quite often, on TikTok and Instagram, they will tell you early trends, just use it. Some of mine do well, and some of mine do absolutely terribly. Just keep posting them up. That's it. So don't ever delete a post either, because you can hide them. You can archive them on your accounts, which I do, because then you keep the likes. I don't delete them, and generally I do use things up. Sorry, my dog's just coming in there. Generally, I do leave things up because with video content, it can go viral after a year. You don't know what's going to happen in the world in a year's time, and then all of a sudden, it goes viral. So I've got my chihuahua here, but that's it. I hope this answers some questions for you for viral content. And if you've got any questions, drop it below. Don't forget to follow or subscribe depending on what platform you're on. And I'm so excited that you've joined me today. I know that my accounts are now reaching so many more people, so I am incredibly blessed for that, and I thank you guys. So until next time, we'll see you then. Have a good day. Bye.